Alright, let's go to Twitter. Grab the link too. Grab it from Discord of all places, right? Or let's see if I'm probably faster if I go to my channel here. Yeah, it's faster if I go to my channel. Look at that. Alright. Modding and chatting. Live now. And we'll post the image so it's a little bit more. I always like to have an image. I've always been a visual. I feel like I've always. I don't know. I respect having good images, and I don't know. I'm an engineer. I work in a technical field, and a lot of the times people like to explain things, and I find it's a lot better just to show someone. All right, we got the lights on, Nogurt. I can open the window for you a little bit too, so you can go bark at the neighbors and stuff. Oh, you love doing that, you tired girl. Yeah, you got breakfast. It's downstairs in your bowl, but you decided to come back upstairs and hang out. So I'm not gonna complain, but you're entitled to your breakfast. 3 meals a day, this dog, unless we're at work. Then you get 2 meals. Right. Alright, so what are we doing today, guys? I should bring up chat. That always helps. When this stream is titled Modding and Chatting, it helps if I can friggin' deliver on my promise, huh? I didn't even list which mice I was going to be working on this stream because I don't really know. I have here a Lingbao GM02 or something. It's actually like a decent shape, but it's actually quite a decent shape, and I've glossified it. Sanded the base too, so I could accept some bigger skates on it, but I might just go with, I don't know. The clicks actually feel quite nice in this. What are these Huano blue shells? Oh, that is a bendy. Look at that. Look at that bend. Yeah, blue shell, blue dots. Yeah, these are good switches. I think we're just going to leave this as is. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think encoder's decent on this. Inefficient PCB design, like, it's not the lightest weight thing. I don't know. I guess I could have done, like, a disassembly pictures to Reddit of this, but it's kind of modded at this point. I don't think anybody really cares. It's a 3311 mouse. It's like a Viper V3 Mini, sort of. Maybe a little bit more rounded in how it feels. 48.5 grams, no battery swap, sanded base. Oh, is that with the dongle in it? That is with the dongle in it. Yeah, so the weight's actually not bad. It is a smaller mouse, so here's up against the Viper V3. So it is a bit smaller. It's a good, like, medium-sized mouse. It's a good shape. 47-ish grams. Yeah. Side buttons are decent. Comfort grooves. Yeah, it's really not bad. Let's put the screws back in it, which I don't even know which screws it's supposed to use. And I should probably do a little bit of cleanup here. What's the teal mouse? Yeah, Leobog. Wait, what did I say? Leobog GM3? Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a decent shape, which is hilarious. And it's a tri-mode, too. So, let's try to find the... We're gonna do some boring stuff first, and then we'll get into modding in a little bit. Sorry. I could do the boring stuff off camera, but I don't know. I feel like I'll just go live, and if people tune out because it's too boring, that's okay too. This goes here. How do you guys feel about my workspace? Does anyone wonder what this green thing is? At this point, it's kind of iconic that, like, when you see a post to r/mouse review of a disassembly and there's a green background, then you know it's phalanges. And my wife so graciously emptied the garbage bin, and I have not replenished the bag, so we're going to be using a different garbage bin. Sold my Ponage Stormbreaker. I got a review unit from Vine. Decent shape. Creaky ass mouse, dude. How disappointing. Nova, yeah, she's napping. She's a good girl. kids studying board. Not quite. It is called a self-healing cutting mat. So, my understanding, it's 3 layers. I wonder if this will come through on camera. You know, I'll show you guys in just a moment. I should really organize my switches. Would that be an exciting stream? I could talk about switches for a little bit. I could, but let me clean up here. It's so funny. Sometimes when she like rests her head, she'll groan. She'll go, like letting out a big old sigh. Oh, life is so hard, isn't it, Nova? Oh, silly girl. I found one of my chamfer bits too. If you guys don't know what a chamfer bit is, so you can use this to after you poke holes in like a mouse skates. Like if I wanted to have a big old skate, but I wanted access to the screw holes, you drill out the hole, but then the hole will be kind of rough, so you use a chamfer bit to round it out. I can even like round these ones out here. Just put it in a drill like a smarty pants on like what I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, you guys see the difference now between left and right? Yeah, anyway, chamfers. I guess, I don't know, you could Google search what a chamfer is, and that's something that like my coworkers say about me. They're like, you're always Googling things. And I'm like, well, yeah, like if I'm mid-conversation with somebody, it's interesting. I had a boss who, when I'm mid-conversation with somebody, if somebody says something that I don't, like I can't picture, like I've never seen it before, well, I continue listening to them. This is like if I'm at my cubicle. I'll go on Google and look it up. And the majority, I would say the majority of people that I do this around, they understand that it's what I do and that they like it to some extent because, I don't know, some old guy's telling me about some old muscle car that he had back in the day. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what a coronet looks like, so I'll go on Google. So he continues telling his story and I'm still listening, and now I go, oh yeah, okay, that's a beautiful car or something, and they like that because now I am relating to them a little bit better because I'm just, anyway. I had one boss though at a previous job who did not like me doing that. I love this boss, probably the best boss one of the best bosses I've ever had. And he would get kind of insulted, like a little bit of like he would stop talking. He was a very patient guy, so he wouldn't be like, can you stop? He would simply just kind of pause what he was saying, and I would be like, no, continue talking. I'm trying to understand better what you're talking about, and I'm listening to you. And he was like, I remember he was a very, very nice man, very, very effective, good listening manager, and he kind of said, can I just explain it to you? And I was like, yeah, sure. You understand the moment you walk away, I'm going to Google it. I'm probably going to get a better picture painted for me, but... Alright. So let's grab... I have a cleaning thing that I often use. Well, you know what? I'm just going to do this. We'll do some cleanup here today, huh? Cleaning is good. Even if it's a little bit boring. And I can tell you guys about other stories. Anyway. So I Google things a lot. So... if I explain something, like, go and Google it. You can continue listening to me talk. And I don't know if this is like a millennial thing, like a young person thing in general, just that we are open to like Googling. I see it as like, I can see why people would get insulted by it, but I see it as like a compliment of like, I care enough to want to engage with this conversation by understanding better what you're telling me. But I can understand being insulted. Anyway, this thing as a gaming mouse pad, you definitely could use it as one, but your wrist is going to stick to it because it's... yeah. So how these things are made, how these self-healing cutting mats are made, see the white in it? They're 3 layers. It's green, white, green. It's not going to come through good on the camera because like this thing's going to fail to focus. But it's green, white, green. So the white in the middle is a hard plastic, and then the green top and bottom, because it's double-sided, is like a... it's like a soft plastic. Like, I can sort of make a mark with my fingernail, which of course is not focusing. So the idea, it's like a self-healing cutting mat. So if you cut it with a hobby knife, then it'll like close itself. I don't know. You can still sort of see the line, but it does self-heal. The key thing is that just as you cut on it, it doesn't leave like a cutting board, like what you use for your food. That gets all, you know how those get all like cut up over time. Let's organize some switches. I have 2 FE opticals. I forget what I desoldered them out of. Oh, Pulsar 10s, I think. And I really need to reorganize my switches because they're not very logically laid out. Like, I really should have a bin for... These are labeled as Pulsar opticals and they're FE on the top. Maybe. So yeah, it doesn't work well as a gaming mouse pad because your wrist will stick to it a little bit. I got these ZF switches too from Amazon, and they're not very good. I made my review already. They're just like stiff without a lot of tactility. My TTCs go in here. My favorite TTC golds are the 60 million. It's really frustrating that the different switch life ratings of the TTC golds feel different. This is an 80 million, so this is stiffer. I don't even know, I'll just put it in there. I have so many transparent blue shell pink dots. So many. I think that's it for this bin. Well, I kind of want, like, I want to turn one into my Omrons. Like, I need to have one that's dedicated to Omrons because I have so many. I should have one that's dedicated to, we do have more Omron opticals in here. I wonder if these are any good. Dedicated to Huanos. Huanos are probably my biggest amount. Huanos and Kales I have a ton of. And then these guys, I think these are just my... I got like a stupid amount of switches for refurbing mice. I refurb a lot of Logitech stuff, which has, or I used to at least, which use Omron D2F2-F-7s, and I got a bunch for like a crazy cheap price, but holy crap, the quality is inconsistent from AliExpress. I don't even know what these dongle doors are too, but that one's one that I sanded down, so it's super bendy. And yeah, I gotta return these skates. They sent me the wrong skates. Well, my wife is at the store right now, which is a little bit liberating if I'm being honest. Usually she doesn't like to do errands alone. Which... I guess I should be more open to going and doing errands with her, but... I'm also like, man, do we have to be... Do both of us... Is that a 2-person task? I don't know. We have a very different way of shopping, like grocery shopping in particular, and I think that's the main problem. Like, have you guys seen the meme where it's like, man goes to the mall to buy shoes versus woman goes to the mall to buy shoes, and it's a map of like showing the path that they go. This is like a... Oh, that's actually a nice switch. This little teeny tiny black one. Yep, some good Huanos in here. Look at this. I got... These are my... Right here, these are my rare Huanos. Pink shell, white shells. My Incot Huano. I have 6 of these, dude. From desoldering. These are pretty tough switches to get your hands on. I got 6 of them. Wowee. And then FE optical, that goes over here. And my ZF switches, I will put in my other switch bin. I thought I had some other ZFs in here, I guess not. Yeah, these ones actually feel pretty good. These are some unique switches. DTQK. These actually feel pretty decent. Yeah, I don't know how to, like, I have autofocus enabled, but it just does not seem to work half the time. Hey, I saw your comment about steel wooling a Dairyu A950 wing. Do you think it makes a big difference in grip? I like it. I don't like the stock surface finish of the Dairyu A950 wing. But Nexora, I don't recognize your name. Is this your first time in the stream? If so, welcome. If not, I'm sorry I don't know. I didn't recognize you. Yeah, Dairyu A950 wing is a solid budget, cheap, like super duper lightweight. I think they compromised too much the structural integrity, but hey, they went for something and they achieved it at lower weight. And they go crazy cheap. Like AliExpress 1111, and I want to say another sale recently too. They were down to like, I want to say like $34 for the 7950, the AIM 7950 or the 3950 version. It's down to like $33, and then there was a bunch of extra discounts with like coins. I don't know, you ended up being able to buy one for like 20 bucks, so I bought one. I don't know why I bought it, because then I just listed it to eBay recently, because I was like, I don't know why I have two. I don't use it that much. It's a great shape, but it's just that they compromise too much on the weight. I just don't use it enough. I found your channel through that comment. I bought that mouse, but have terrible trouble gripping it. Yeah, if you have terrible trouble gripping it, I don't see what there is to lose. If you steel wool it, just definitely make sure you disassemble the mouse, because the steel wool fragments get everywhere. If you're not in a good ventilated area, it's not a bad idea to wear a respirator, because it's, I mean, the little fine particles that come off, they're fine. Like, as I'm steel wooling it, I'll see like a cloud of steel wool in the air. Wait, how'd you find my channel through a comment? Oh, do I have my YouTube channel in my Flare on Mouse Review? I don't think I do. I probably should. I think I have it on, I think it says Mousecast. Maybe that's it. Transparent blue shell pink dots. I got way too many of these boys. Way too many. I'm overflowing. I got them cheap. I buy so many switches. Switches and skates from AliExpress. You just wait until they're like 50-60% off with coins, and then you blow all your coins. It was a comment on a YouTube video from Daz Trzak or something. Oh, interesting, yeah. Do you watch Mousecast then, Nexora? Because it's funny, Mousecast started before Daz had a channel, but most of Mousecast viewership comes from Daz. That dude cranks out the content, I tell ya. He's getting tired, though. I really think he needs to not put so... He puts a lot of pressure on himself. I don't know. Yeah, he definitely puts too much pressure on himself at times. But I guess that's easy for me to say from the position of... I made Mousecast specifically to be the like, low-effort content creation. A weekly podcast where we just hit record. The only real work in it is friggin' making the doc, which does take a little bit of time, but it's like very digestible. You know, it's just like as you're scrolling Mouse Review or Twitter, I see something and I link it in the doc. Sorry, this is a very boring stream because I'm just cleaning right now, but that's okay. I'll gladly answer questions. I haven't seen Mousecast. Modding is cool. Yeah, well, yeah, you should check out Mousecast if you think you want to see more of Daz, or if you like me or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's live every Thursday, 10:45 p.m. Eastern. The VOD's up. I mean, yeah, you can go check the VODs and see if it's your vibe. If not, hey, no worries. I'm not insulted if you're like, this is dumb. You guys ramble for 2 hours about garbage. Get the heck out of here. I'll be like, okay, fair enough. I respect that. You know, I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna take these alcohol pads. Also, I finally found my Milmax hot swap that I desoldered out of a Chaos M3 Mini. Maybe that's something I should mod. My Chaos M3 Mini, which I think is still in my backpack from work. Crazy, my dog is not in her place. Time to get the shock collar. Nova place. My wife is like, you should stop joking about that. Somebody's gonna take me seriously. They don't realize how much I love my dog. My dog's amazing. Let's see, what did I bring to work the other day? Yes. I've been really like the GPX shape at work, which is just crazy. Dragon, ATK A9 right here, which I need to. Weirdly, I like the Huanos in this. I might not desolder them. Really, really weird take. Well made mouse though. I brought the Dharma Shark M3S to work because I got Hemron Opticals in this custom colorway, battery swapped, because I was considering buying a Lethal Gaming Gear LA1 because they're on sale for like $18 right now plus $2 for a 4K dongle. Problem is, yeah, shipping is like $8. So, and then if I add the Neptune pad to it, shipping becomes like $16. Have a good stream. Cool. All right. See you later, Nexora. Thanks for swinging in. Hello, sir. How's it going? I'm doing great. Bulk, good to see you again. I guess I could mod the Chaos M3 Mini. So I actually have two of these. I have this one listed for sale on eBay right now. Oh, it's sealed. I'm like, why is it not opening? Okay, well, I have a new in-box one sealed. And I listed it to eBay at what I think is a fair price of like $33 with or best offers open. And like if somebody goes and offers me like 27, 28 bucks, I'm just going to accept it. But part of me is like, you know what? After shipping and everything, I'm only going to make like $20 on this. Maybe I should just keep it. Because these have hot swap sockets in them, but to hot swap, you have to fully disassemble the mouse. So I could have two, and it is a really nice shape. So it's kind of a Viper V3 Pro mini shape, but with more rear hump. It's actually a lovely shape. The grip tape that they give you too, it's actually good proper grip tape. The biggest downside to the mouse is the coating. So you guys can kind of see, it does leave fingerprints, but the thing is, it's like a very chalky feeling coating. It does not feel good. Like they should have just, it feels like a really, really thin layer of matte spray paint. They really should have just gone with like a bare textured plastic. So if I mod one, I could steel wool it. I don't know if that's gonna ruin it though. I don't know. I've done it before. Oh yeah, also I think the scroll wheel had some, was it like not notchy and I had to swap it? I forget. The scroll wheel rubber needs to protrude higher. It's too close to the rubber, to the plastic wheel. Does your side flex press the buttons like mine does? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. On the M3 Mini? Oh yeah. Yeah, she's clicking away. Yeah, I have to press kind of high up. If you press down lower, you have to press pretty hard, but yeah. That's still, like, it's not... I could see people complaining about that, but for me, that's not an issue. I grip more like here. Oh, I guess I can actuate it. There we go. Very tactical move right there. I don't know if I'm gripping that hard. You can see how much tension I'm having to put into this. I don't know. It's not an issue for me personally. Scroll wheel rings, etc. Sometimes with cheap mice, I feel like keeping them just to get them for parts is worthwhile. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with... I teased on Reddit. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. Where's my Chinese mouse? My super Chinese mouse. Son of a gun. It's the Ipasan with the friggin... Oh, here it is. So this mouse here, really unique mouse because it uses a Chinese sensor. Chinese sensor. Crazy. It's like actually decently built. I don't even know how the skates look. The skates are rounded, aren't they? Yeah, they're rounded. Uses a Chinese-made sensor. I bought it just as an experiment. I made a post on Reddit about buying it, and then I like haven't followed up because I plugged it in, I tried it, and great shape, decent clicks, decent build quality. Sensor's crap. It spins out. it seems to have input latency. So not usable as a gaming mouse, but sorry, long story short, the scroll wheel rubber looks just like a Wise Owl, which I rather like. So I will be keeping this just for that. I guess I could have returned it. I think I might still be on the 90-day return window to AliExpress, but I'm not going to do it. Well, I don't really know what to mod today. Maybe I'll mod the Chaos M3 Mini. And then I'll decide if I want to keep my second one. Because the reason I have two is I bought one because I was really excited for it. I actually do really like this mouse. Yeah, even the mechanicals in it feel decent. Yeah. It's really the coating is the problem. And I bought a second one because I found an early bird special for like 20 bucks. And after coins or coupons or whatever, it was like an $18 mouse. And I was like, bro, I have a problem. I need to feed the addiction, so I bought it. I want to put Armron Opticals in it, but I don't want it to go bad, lol. I love the LA1. Love it besides the coating. Mine does not have any side flex. Interesting. Opticals in it, but go bad? Wait. Armron Opticals in the LA1? Don't want it to go bad. What do you mean by go bad, Rosies? And I should probably, like... I said I was going to clean up on this stream, so I actually do need to do that. So, like, I'm going to do... I want to get these alcohol prep pads out, because I actually want to use these for cleaning. So, like, before I ship a mouse, I disinfect it. And these little alcohol wipes are nice for that. So the skates that I buy, you guys can probably find them on AliExpress. I just go on the coins page and you search for VXE-R1 skates. And these are actually decent. They're decently thick. They have good adhesive that does delaminate if you're not super careful, but it's nowhere near as bad as like a Wise Owl or other actually bad ones. It's just not perfect. But the real benefit with these is, and they have really nicely rounded edges. But the real benefit with these is the price. They're nice and medium thick too, which I like. They are $2 for a pack of one. They regularly go on sale for about $1.80. And they regularly do 60% off with coins. So I track everything in a spreadsheet, except I don't always track consumables, and for that reason, when I buy skates, and other consumables like switches, I use lots and lots of coins, and I use the little daily check-in dollar that I get a day. The side flex has no problems, but I'm afraid I'll mess a clip up or something since the mouse is known to have side flex issues. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. LA1s are also decently cheap. Like if you, I don't know, maybe I'm being a privileged person, but I feel like if you really mess it up and it bothers you that much, you could get another one. There's some on eBay right now for like $21 plus shipping. I'm thinking about sending an offer in for one. Then it's like, maybe I should just buy the Lethal branded one from their store. Guessing they're clearancing. Did you guys see the comment that Soulout posted to the Discord? Saying, he asked if there was ever going to be an LA1 V2. And I forget the name. The guy who owns Lethal Gaming Gear username starts with the letter D. It's like D Meister or something. He said, yes, they're currently working on Pulsar with it. No current production time frame or anything. They're still, what did he say? Soulout asked if is there a release timeline window, and he said no, they're currently working with Pulsar on getting it into the production schedule. So that's pretty cool. LA1 V2 would be cool. Darmo Shark, I know that they like famously copied the shape or something. I don't know. I don't think it's exactly the same. Daz, I haven't owned an LA1. Maybe I have. I don't remember. Daz says it's not exactly the same. But I do know it uses a Darmo Shark 4K dongle, so it's got to be the same factory, right? Bulk says, I saw someone criticizing Armron Optical mod on Reddit, so I just stand up for it. Us weirdos that love the Armron Optical feeling. Yeah. I know, I think part of it is, Boardsy, I know, is not a fan of them, and a lot of people regurgitate what their favorite influencer says, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's a big voice. There's just this, like, perception that optical switches are so good, they must be bad in some way or another. Like, mechanicals must just feel better, right? And it's like, it really depends on preference. Where opticals are worse is battery consumption. They require a little bit of current to work. No, the LA one feels like a slightly bigger OP one. Yeah, I do want to get an LA one. I would instantly buy one right now if it wasn't white. That's the thing. I'm so like, or white or black. I wish they had a nice colorway option. Boardsy has some very questionable takes for someone who tests so many products. Yeah, I don't know. Daz and I talk about Boardsy probably more than any other YouTuber, but that's just because he's so influential and he's the biggest mouse reviewer right now, or maybe was. I don't know. Is he starting to drop off? He still has the biggest channel, right? He's still like 200,000 subscribers, something like that. I don't know. What I think he does well is it's very digestible content. It's quick. He gets right to the point. He's not afraid of if he dislikes something, he will come right out and say it. He's a very talented player, but my criticisms would be he seems to have a mistrust of anything that's not a name brand, which is like funny because, like, for example, Pulsar, I have wireless interference problems with Pulsar stuff at work if I'm using a 1K nano receiver. That's a friggin' Pulsar. No issue with like WL Mouse or ATK or M-Shows. So. Let's see. Is this all the skates? I think this is all the skates. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 skates right here. Nice. Put those in a baggie. Boardsy has some, let's see, X2 Crazy Light just got whooped by L7 Ultra in every aspect but skates IMO. Yup, dude, I feel so bad. I won a Boardsy Crazy Light X2 in a giveaway, and I sold it because exactly what you said. Mine's not even an Ultra. I think mine's a Pro. Actually, mine might be an Ultra. I don't know. This has like a decent coating, but bro, I sanded the base of mine. Sanding the base on this, it dropped like another 2 grams. So I'm down to friggin' 36.6 grams with large skates. And Omron Opticals. Solid shell, by the way. It's so flexy, but yeah. Also, L7 gets Bluetooth. I don't know if that matters for some people. Does the Crazy Light have Bluetooth? Way too critical of Chinese clones. Yeah, I still think he gave the Kaisona Uranus... I talked about this on stream the other day. He gave the Kaisona Uranus Boardsy seal of approval, which was a little bit head-scratching to me because it's a fine mouse, but there are like way better Chinese clones out there, IMO. But I know he's always been a big fan of the shape, so that's, I think, why he was a little bit slightly biased. Which is like fine. Like, I don't know, he's, Daz and I have a poll on Mousecast that I want to do at some point, which is, do you guys prefer a vibe reviewer or a data reviewer? Okay, so vibe, I mean, everyone's a little bit of both, right? But I would consider a data reviewer is like a aim adapt. You can watch an aim adapt video on silent and still understand very well all about the product because Liam does a very good job with the pictures, the comparisons. He has this time-stamped, very methodical, not like methodical like a tech power-up testing, but very consistent way that he tests. He does some quick latency testing and such. versus a vibe reviewer would be somebody like I would consider more of a Boardsy, who he's like, he'll grab a mouse, move it around, be like, yeah, okay, it's good, bad, I like this, I don't like that, I don't know, maybe try this other one instead, and like that's it. So I think most reviewers fall somewhere in the middle, right? You do a bit of both, but I'm just, in general, I think vibe reviewers are good if you like trust the person, like if they're a very talented player like Boardsy is. I think it falters a little bit if they're not. Like, but then for like a data reviewer, Pzogle, for example, I don't care how good or bad Pzogle is at a game, because he has such good data. I trust the data. So I guess I would lean more towards, me personally, I lean more towards, I guess, data reviewers, because, I don't know, I feel like I have a decent amount of mouse knowledge where I can look at a like new mouse release and pretty much judge based on pictures if I'm going to like that shape or not. So then it really just comes down to, okay, specs, weight, the measurable things. Alright, these alcohol pads are going downstairs with my cleaning stuff. AimAdapt just kills it. Yeah, dude, he really does. I love the more analytical reviews for sure, but I always watch a few different reviews to gauge overall sentiment. Yeah, so vibe reviews work too. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Good take. Oh, the doggy's back. In the other spot, though. You guys cannot see her. I'm sorry. Oh, where's my skates? Man, I need better skate storage. I really do. I really do. What else are people saying in chat? Boardsy is not really good in Fortnite, by the way. Don't want to be mean. Really? The dude's like cracked. Are you kidding me? Watch some of his Kovacs runs. He's not like a big aimer guy, but watch some of his Kovacs runs, dude. He's like top 0.1%. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I know less than what I'm talking about here, but at least from what I've seen, he seems very mechanically talented. And let me be clear, I'll say mechanically talented. If he plays Fortnite poorly by being like overly aggressive or something, blah blah blah, I could see it, but I don't really care. That's actually something that I don't know. If I'm gonna rely on a reviewer for their like for being like highly capable, like a Viscose or Pingu or something. Yeah, I don't know. You can be dumb as hell in Counter-Strike, but if you have like really good aim and can like really pick up on nuances of a mouse, I'll respect that, I guess. Is that an unpopular take? Your recent posts been disassembly. Wait, Piger, I haven't seen you post any Reddit write-ups in a while. Your L7 Plus write-up is what made me pull the trigger on it, lol. Yeah, I haven't really had time. I just haven't prioritized it. And like, quite frankly, I would rather just talk on stream. This is so much easier. Like, anything that you've seen that I have, just ask me here, I guess. I would love to, if I had more time in a day, I would clip these live streams a lot more, and I would be more like, here's the Chaos M3 Mini, I talk about it, and then I move on, and that way that can be clipped easily in like a one-take review. Yeah, I need to do more like one-take reviews. I don't know, there's just only so much time in a day. That's the part that sucks. That's the part that sucks. Okay, well, why don't we actually get into some mice now? I think I'm mostly cleaned up. There's like more I could do, but I don't want to be too boring for you guys. So the first mouse that we're gonna mod, it's not much of a mod. I got skates for the ATK Z1. Why did I do this, Phalanges? Why did I do this? I know these skates aren't my favorite, but the mouse isn't my favorite either. My beef with this mouse, it's that the base is really fat. It's a weird thing. But like, if you grip low down to the mouse pad, look where my ring finger lands. It's like on the friggin' ridge, brother. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could do some... I feel like I'm pretty analytical of shapes, and I think I point out some things that other people don't point out. Mainly side geometry. That's the thing. That's the other thing I mean why it's important to watch different reviewers. Like, Daz cares a lot about hump geometry. I don't, because I fingertip everything. Like, I might have some Thenar contact here. But, like, brother, my palm ain't touching shit. I don't have massive hands either. They're like 19 or 20 by 10. Okay, so I was going to swap skates. Don't forget to do my AliExpress review for the skates, because I'll get 20 coins for it, and I keep burning through coins. Yeah, I really shouldn't have bought these skates. They were, after coins and stuff, I think they were $2, but still, I don't use this mouse enough to really justify it. Oh well! I need my prying tool. Yeah, write-ups take a lot of effort. They're not a ton. The big thing, if I'm being totally honest, is I used to do them at work. And my work has been very busy for the past couple months. I went through for the first time in my like 7-year career as an engineer, I had a lull for the first time, like late August, early September. So if you check my post history from there, I was much more active on Reddit. I think for the month of September, I was even like the #1 top poster, commenter or not commenter, it's always freaking Paul Vincent. That dude's crazy. Still appreciate you posting disassemblies so I don't have to scour through Bilibili to find them. Yeah, I know, better late than never is kind of my philosophy with those. Yeah, ATK Z1, it's a mouse. Nice big side buttons. Yeah, I don't know, it's like an older ATK mouse, it's like fine. I wonder if I should even use the center skate. Like this center skate is so thin, does it even do anything? The test is... Nope. The test is to... oh, maybe a little bit. The center skate test, if it is actually tall enough, is to spin it with only the center skate on. And then that'll tell you if it spins like perfectly around the sensor, then that means it's sitting on that. Or you're going to have to do a little bit of a teeter-totter test. Which just has a tiny amount, but really not enough. I might just remove that skate. Which... Does anyone know where the middle skate thing came from? Because I don't know. I know Logitech was the first to start doing it circa, I don't know, 2010, something like that. I remember the G Pro Wired, the egg-shaped original G Pro. They had some marketing material at some point on it. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong mouse. Whatever. The point was the marketing material said it is Logitech did that so as you move your mouse around on a cloth mouse pad. If there's any inconsistencies in the mouse pad, like wrinkles, the center skate will smooth it out. Does that actually work? Probably. But do most of us have like super duper fancy mouse pads that were like really anal about keeping clean and that's not an issue? Also probably true. Yeah, these are X-ray pad skates. These are nice. Look at these, dude. These look very nice. Fresh skates, dude. No edge rinse. So the adhesive, they do like 3 layers on skates nowadays, huh? So there's adhesive all the way to the edge, but they put this substrate in here beneath the adhesive, and I think that's to help with edge rounding. It's just add some thickness to the middle of the skate. It looks good too. Like that's a sign of like a quality skate usually. Yeah, fitment's good. Yeah, these will get a good AliExpress review for my 20 coins. Padding. Yeah, well, like silencers will do padding, and that like gives a different, like a kind of a smoother feel. And like dampen vibrations, so it actually makes them quieter. Maybe it's also for padding. Pizogel wrote in his reviews that it keeps consistent distance from the sensor. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, that's pretty much it. Yep, I mean, Yeah, the Logitech thing was like about wrinkles. I mean, Pizzogle's right too because, I mean, again, wrinkles, but also like if you're pressing down more. Like imagine if you're pressing into the, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason, manufacturers, there's a reason why they do it because it's a small cost add to them. Look, even the friggin' like paper that this comes with seems quality. What in the world? It's like rubbery. Can you guys hear this? 13 people watching me put skates on a mouse? Jesus. I should actually get into some more interesting content instead of being so fascinated by this stupid ESP Tiger. I don't know, sometimes the stupid stuff is fascinating. Like, were you guys there on yesterday's stream when MeSweeX said, does your Mchos L7 make a buzzing sound? And I was like, that sounds ridiculous. And then sure enough, yes, there's a little bit of coil whine when it's on. Lol. I love my skill says hello to me every time. 50 grams on a large ergo like this, pretty good. The weirdest thing about the Z1, the two weirdest things are the base is so damn fat and contours in, so if you grip low to your mouse pad, you feel it. I just don't like that. The other weird thing, bro, the scroll wheel on this is massive. The scroll wheel is like, I wish I could disassemble it and show you guys, but I just put the new skates on. Where's my ring that doesn't even fit on it? Yeah, here we go. So, where's a normal scroll wheel rubber size? Okay. Oh, maybe it doesn't look that different. Dang it. Well, whatever. You have to trust me. It's a massive scroll wheel. Even my, like, jumbo size red one here with my Chinese text or whatever didn't fit on it. It was too small. Okay, ATK Z1. That was a mod, I guess. Changing skates. I discovered it when I was testing Iron Opticals next to my ear. Oh yeah, L7 Plus also buzzes. DK calls it layer anti-dent layer. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, the PTFE is still soft enough. Like, if you really push your finger into it, Piger, you're gonna... I think you'll still end up denting it, but... What do I know? I'm just dumb. Okay, chat, what do I do next? I'm gonna Omron optical swap either the Deluxe M700 Pro or the Chaos M3 Mini Pro. So, the M3 Mini Pro, I have two of them. The other one's new in box. I have it listed for sale on eBay. Sealed. But the thing is, I might just... this has hot swap in it right now, and I kind of feel like an idiot if I take that out, especially when these clicks already feel good. So I'm tempted to just have two of them. I'll have one that's modded and one that's stock. So if I mod one, I don't know which one. Is this off? I hope. Did I see a light in it? Oh no, there's like a piece of glitter. I thought it was a red LED. So that's option one. The other option is the M700 Pro. This I just want to Omron optical swap. I do believe this is back in the generation when Deluxe actually supported Omron opticals on their PCBs. So I'll actually be able to do a full 5-pin solder if I want. Yeah, this is a good shape. Like, people sleep on this shape. I don't know. I scroll wheel swap mine to be white. I think it looks good. Yeah. Which one you guys want? Which one you guys want here? Pick one, pick one, pick one. I know there's a chat delay. But I always ask chat, and then like there's too much of a chat delay, so then I just decide. I just make the executive decision, and then the chats come in, and I'm like, oh, I picked the wrong one. Deluxe, says Piger. Okay, we got one vote for the Deluxe. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds, and if there's no other votes, I'm going Deluxe. Because I want to put... Yeah, I got a friggin... They sent me the wrong skates, so I ordered ATK F1 skates. Because I didn't want to base sand it. And they sent me stupid G Pro X Superlight 2 skates. I like the Vaxi blue. Yeah, it's a nice blue. It's like a very faint logo. I've also modded this. Yeah, that's not going to show up. So, I've like glossified it a little bit. I did like a really aggressive... I think I might have polished this one. I for sure did... I can tell from the finish that I did steel wool. Deluxe, says Rosie's. Alright, we're doing the deluxe. I'm swapping the Hummer LA1. Nice. Do it. Do it. Let's check weight. Just because you guys, I think, like to see that. I already have this battery swap, so there's not a whole lot. It's already going to be like 50 grams. Yeah, 53. DPI button, by the way. Oh, what a good mouse. And then they just like... like the designers designed like a really solid mouse, and then they went to design the side buttons, and they just... It was designed on a Friday afternoon, and they wanted to get out of the office. The skates on these deluxe mice, like this generation, like the M900 Mini Pro also has these where they're like... I don't hate them, but I don't love them. They're a dual layer, right? They have that anti-bend white layer or whatever, but they're just really thin still. And they have like very obvious skiving marks, so they take a little bit of time to break in. Weird take. I like it when mice have the text printed on them like that instead of... Oh, I think that looks cleaner instead of like having a sticker with a groove for the sticker. I think I already have disassembly pics of the Deluxe M700. If I don't really care. No Bluetooth on this one. Wild. Turn on the soldering iron here. And I'm gonna pay Pulsar price, yeah. More biased shapes rather than safe shapes like Deluxe and Vipers. Something like an X2H medium clone. Yeah, I know. Strider is like one of my favorites, but yeah, that's still not a cheap mouse either. I gotta find my screwdriver. Here it is. Somebody should count how many times on stream I'm like looking for my screwdriver or looking for the hobby knife. I get bad about like when I'm done with a tool, dude. Where did I see this? I'm not always the best at keeping track of my tools. Like when I work on my car too, it's the same thing. I'll use a tool, then when I'm done with it, I just set it down like wherever I am. Oh, that screw fell right into place. That was hilarious. You always glaze the Strider so hard. Yeah, I just love the shape. It's a more refined XM2. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, wow, the side button PCB was either not connected or just came apart right then and there. All right, I put TTC Golds in this. Why did I not do Omron Opticals? Do I want to keep this foam pad on? I wonder if that's actually contacting the battery. I have no idea. Probably not. I can probably trim that out. Yeah, actually, let's do that. I'm going to weaken that structure a little bit, though, because I don't know. It feels kind of strong, and I don't want to put a hole through my mouse. Alright, this foam piece plus the plastic hold down standoff. I'm going to say 0.28 grams. Darn. 0.16. Side button PCB is decently efficient. Like there's a little bit of weight savings if I were to go in here and remove the DPI button, DPI switch. I can cut a little bit of the PCB, but not all of it because the connector's right here. Produced 41st week of 2024. I think we're gonna leave it as is. I'll leave the DPI button function. From what I've seen, it seems to be Sora-ish shape, but with flatter sides. The Strider? Yeah, the Strider. The problem with the Sora, it's that the taper doesn't start until too far down. Both the XM2 and the Strider, the taper starts much higher up. And that's more comfortable to me. Faux show. Man, I got a little bit of a headache that just started rather abruptly. I mean, I woke up with like a little bit of a headache this morning. I should probably eat. I have not had breakfast yet. Yeah, this deluxe here, not a terribly inefficient PCB design for being a 2024 mouse. Is that a Realtek MCU? Yeah, RTL 8762. Man, I need to update my spreadsheet. The taper on the L7 Plus feels a lot smaller than it looks for me. Yeah, that's the thing. So again, what people don't realize, it's like when we grip mice, a lot of these friggin' Sora shapes, Atlantis is, no, Atlantis starts pretty high up too. A lot of these Sora shapes, the taper starts like, oh, sorry. The taper starts like here. But on like the Atlantis and the XM2, they start up even higher. And the angle at which that taper starts matters a lot. So the XM2, it's like very triangular. It comes out from the top, then juts back in pretty abruptly. So you end up with this whole ridge feeling here that actually feels really nice to grip onto, but it feels not very well refined, I suppose. But it's a very nice ridge. It goes on left and right side. I mean, you can see sort of that ridge on the Atlantis here. The Sora rounds over a little bit more here. And the taper, instead of it starting up high like here, it starts like down here. So it'll still have an aggressive taper. And if you look at the bottom view, you'll look and see all this overlap on the side. So you're like, oh yeah, it has a lot of taper. But then you actually feel it in hand. Unless you're like gripping way down here and I guess your fingers are phasing into the mouse pad, you're not actually going to feel a ton of taper. You're going to grip more like here. So the Strider, where the Strider does it well, is the taper still starts higher up, but it's more rounded where the curve initiates. So, yeah, I just think that's a more like refined shape. Like, I mean, you can even look at a VXE R1 here, and this has side taper. Like, you look at it, and it definitely does taper downward. You look at the bottom, and you have like an ever so slight amount, but in hand, the sides feel effectively flat. Yeah. I don't know. If I were to design a mouse, there's definitely things I would do differently. If I were to design a mouse, it would be something like a Strider, and maybe there's a way to like make a lower profile Strider. I don't know. I think I would try something that's a bit of a departure. Also, like, where are the Zowie FK1 clones? There's really not a lot. M700 here is actually not too terribly far off, but it's got really nice hip flare. Really, really nice hip flare here. Good, really good for like pinky and ring finger support. Like even without the top shell of the mouse, this is how I would grip it. So it's really nice. Your ring finger here. If there's a bit of a groove, you want that groove to follow the angle of your ring finger to assist in lift and picking it up. See how my ring finger is angled inward towards the mouse, and then you want hip flare for a little bit of pinky contact. Again, I have a pretty vanilla grip, similar grip to Boardsies. Yep. Yeah, these sorts of things you can't really find on Elo Shapes. Yeah, I know. I was thinking this morning, I was like, Elo Shapes is really good for size comparison. That's really Elo. Well, the real benefit of Elo Shapes is that he's quick, and he's quick. He cares about all the Chinese releases, whereas like Ratings will have WL mouse, and actually they do have some pretty bespoke stuff, but for the most part, not really. I'm gonna pre-bin my Omron Opticals actually, because I'm a little bit worried that I'm running out of good ones. VT9 for me just feels too narrow, and I feel the sides don't flare out too much. Really, Rarsies? I feel like because the VT9's pretty much like a GPX, but with more hip flare. Look at the base. So they're both flat-sided. But then VT9 has this bulging hip here. I actually do like it. It's not my favorite. I think I still like the GPX more because the GPX has a very nice ridge right here. I know this is an ATK A9, but you can sort of see the ridge in the light right there. That's really important. Yeah, so fun fact, I mean, the GPX is not totally symmetrical. none of these quote-unquote symmetrical mice are totally symmetrical. There's always like small nuances. Something like a Vaxi NP01S like makes it really obvious, but in reality, a lot of like people think the Zowie U2 is not ambidextrous, but symmetrical. They think the U2 is a symmetrical mouse. It's not at all. The thumb groove on the left is way deeper than the groove on the right. And every single U2 clone I've tried is that same way. Valkyrie VKM3. ATK. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh. Oh, buddy. Left mouse, right mouse. I still have good switches in here. Just gotta find them. Hi, MeSweeX. Hello, Guido. Sakochia? 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 Sunalu says, Yo, I just came across you randomly. Can I ask a question about a mouse issue I have? No, you can't. You cannot ask any questions. I do not answer chat questions. Of course you can. Literally the title of the stream is modding and chatting. And I don't go for 50%. I swear though, dude. Wait a second. If you just found this stream, is this gonna be like a really normie question? It might be, guys. Wait. Can I try to predict what the question is gonna be? Is it gonna be about? It's gonna be something about like wireless. Yeah, maybe it's gonna be a product question. Okay. I should just shut up and wait for the question. Ay. People have problems to pronounce my last name in my own language, so you had it really good, lol. Well, is it... I mean, your name is Italian AF. Guido Sakochia. I don't know. You just gotta say it like you think you're at a pizzeria. I don't know, I'm a dumb American. Sakochia is my favorite noodle at the... It's funny, actually. My mom's side of the family is quote-unquote 100% Italian. It's so funny, though. The whole, like... Americans really like to talk about, like, oh, yeah, I'm 40% Polish or something. And then you actually talk to, like, a European, and they're like, oh, cool, and they'll say something to you in Polish, and you're like, what? So the whole American obsession with, like, oh, I'm X percentage, whatever, I don't really buy into. But yeah, my mom is technically 100% Italian, meaning her grandparents immigrated from northern Italy. I probably shouldn't say what my mom's maiden name is on stream, but it was Italian. Super Italian. Has a Z in it, and it ends in an IA. There we go. Make my little icicle here. One arm on optical down. That's left mouse. Or I think that was left. I'll check again. It is Italian, but I live in Argentina. I think it means a vegetable mix or something. Oh, hell yeah, of course it's food. Yeah, isn't that funny? When we think of other cultures, we often think of the food. You know? Food is the universal language. It really is. We all love food. Man, I'm still waiting on Sunlu's question. Oh, here it is. Issue came back, and this time... Okay, wait. So basically, my G Pro Superlight had an obnoxious scroll wheel, and I decided to use WD-40, and it fixed the issue completely. A few months later, the issue came back, and this time I applied too much grease, and it leaked inside the mouse. It's been over a year, and the clicks stopped working after 5 minutes. Is it worth just getting a new mouse? This isn't the question I was thinking. I thought the question would be like, what mouse do you recommend? Or like, my mouse sometimes turns off by it. Like, why are, I don't know, something that like I can't really answer. Something, but this is actually really funny. Oh my gosh. WD-40. I like how you're just like, we don't even know how it was obnoxious. You're just like, I don't know, the scroll wheels was obnoxious, so I just sprayed it with WD-40, which I'm guessing you didn't even open up the thing. WD-40. Why was your scroll wheel obnoxious? Was it creaking? Was it rattling? Because if you're rattling it, greasing isn't gonna. Okay. Let me educate you, my boy, my brother. Let me get an encoder. Okay. So inside of your mouse, you have your PCB, right, with all your electronic gizmos on it. You have your scroll wheel, right? You have your clicky clicks, right? Left mouse, right mouse. And you have what here is called an encoder. I have no idea what your experience level is. It wasn't rattling, it was just really loud when I scrolled. Yeah, so there is a fix to that. So which I just don't really know that many people complain about that. Here, so the encoder here, what does all the steps, that's the part that you're hearing. So the encoder, this is, you see how it's like a little hexagonal shaft and that goes in there? Yep. So when the notchiness comes from this. And I'll show you, actually, I have let me get not a dust-proof encoder so that you can actually see it. Yeah, here you go. These are TTC. So your mouse, GPX Superlight 1, uses a TTC silver. This is a TTC encoder. So, focus camera. There you go. See all the little nubs? And you see the little metal, like, spring thing? Come on, focus, brother. It keeps wanting to focus on the background. Get out of here, dude. There we go. There we go. So this is what makes the notchiness, and this is what makes the noise. So there's a few things you can actually do. So your encoder will look like this inside of your Superlight 1. What I previously showed, this one, see how it's a solid cap on top? That's called dust proof. It's supposed to help with longevity. So what you can do here is you can get yourself some Dijon mustard, and you put it on a toothpick. If you can't tell, this isn't actually Dijon mustard, but we're just gonna go with that. You take your Dijon mustard, put a little bit on a toothpick, and you put it... Son of a gun. Trying to show something, camera. Can you do your job? Please? Pretty please? There we go. And you goober it up. Goober it in there good. And scroll a little bit. There you go. So that's one way of fixing noise. I mean, it won't totally fix it. The grease will just help quiet it down. Think of like what people do with your keyboard switches. This is actually silicone grease, what I'm using here. It's not Dijon mustard, but I suppose you could use Dijon mustard for very short-term fix. Not official advice. Yes, I don't know. Some people get really bougie with like, oh, I use Krytox 69420 in my keyboard. I just have a big old tub of super lube that's silicone grease. And you don't want to use any petroleum-based greases. Petroleum-based greases will break down plastics over time. But your question is actually about your switches. You got WD-40 all up in your switches, and now they don't work. I don't know. WD-40... Raw dogged it with WD without checking. Yeah. So the switches, you can solder in new switches. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this live stream. So if you, I don't know. Your question makes, I don't know, can you solder? I shouldn't assume. Your question makes me think you don't know how to solder, which is, I'm not insulting you. I'll insult you for spraying WD-40 in your mouth. Oh man, I love it. But yeah, to desolder switches, let's just show you guys how to do that. The mouse community, you guys are too funny. Oh, I need to put my Z1 skates away. Hang on, before I forget. Show you guys how I package my skates. Which, if you're a long-term viewer, which it looks like we have some in here, then y'all already know. Take my packaging tape. Take my skates. I stick to them to the packaging tape. Yes, sir. Just like that. If you want an excuse to get a new mouse, go for it. But if you want to learn to mod, it could be a replacement. Yep, working better than brand new. Yep, pretty much what Bulk said. Sorry, that's a short answer to your question right there. Yes, you can buy a new mouse, but you can also solder new switches. And then while you're in there, you can lube the scroll wheel. Or you can buy a new mouse, whatever. I don't know, the WD-40, dude, is... I don't really know how that... Like, how does that make a switch no longer click? Do the clicks feel mushy now? Because WD-40, it shouldn't prevent the electrical connection, right, guys? I don't know. I'm not an expert here. Never done it before. Don't plan on to either. ATK-Z1. And I gotta say ATK because frickin' there's also a Zaupin Z1. Nah, I know they're different mice though. Very different skate design. Let's yank these switches out. So these are some TTC golds. Kaudukan Superlight has hot swap PCB, so no need to solder. That's right, you can also just buy a new... There's another answer. It'll cost a little bit more money, but it's still cheaper than a mouse. You can buy... Can I show you guys? You want me to show you guys on stream? Superlight hot swap PCB. I think Amazon has them. I don't know where you're located, my dude. But yeah, you can get Superlight PCB. There you go. You can just get one of these. So you do have to take apart your mouse. This is a hot swap PCB. This is hot swap socket. So any 3-pin mechanical switch you can just hot swap in. But you can also buy them with pre-soldered switches. Like here you go. Yep. This is with KLGM 8.0s and a TTC Gold encoder. Yeah, the TTC Gold should be a little bit less tactile than the TTC Silver that's in there, which means it should be a little bit quieter. Yeah, there's tons of options, dude. This is probably a solid one here. If you like the feel of Omron mechanicals, you get 50 million click Omrons and a TTC Dustproof Gold. Dustproof's probably a good thing. Yeah, here's a TTC Silver if you want it to be really loud again. Anyway, yeah, you got options. Feel free to, like, I don't know, if you pick out one that you like. Other websites have them too. If you pick out one that you like, you can post the link in chat or something, and we can let you know if we think it's good. How's everyone's Sunday, says LVXO. It's good. Battery doesn't even stick in place anymore, so it's just worth getting a new mouse now. I mean, you could also get, like, I don't, everything is fixable, but it's then becoming a question of, like, I'm sitting here modding, so from a very privileged take, I'm like, oh, well, I have this huge-ass roll of adhesive, so I could just re-stick the battery, but you might not, and you might not want to fuss with it, and that is fair. And if that's the case, dude, it sounds like you just keep listing issues with your mouse, so maybe it is time for a new one. It's your call. We like to be a safe space for modding, though I do think it was fun to roast you about the WD-40. And if you end up going the modding route and you got more questions, we're here to help. If you end up buy a new mouse route, consider one of the GPX clones because they're better than the GPXs nowadays. Here's one. ATK-A9. Go give my friend commission. Use code DAZ. Yeah, I don't know, there's a ton. I'm probably going to order a Ueden S7 today. Another GPX clone. I posted to the deals chat in our Discord. But I'm guessing homie here, WD-40 homie, doesn't buy from AliExpress. Fix things myself, but I don't know if I'm capable of it. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, dude. It's... Okay, so... The first time I ever worked on my car, I would say I'm into cars. Not like insanely so, but I would say I'm into cars. When I was growing up, I did not think I would get super into cars. Then I had a Mazda 3 hatchback as like the first car that I bought with my own money. And I was driving it one day on my way home from a friend's house or something, and the transmission all of a sudden went into third gear. The check engine light came on, and I was going like 45 miles an hour, so it was a little bit jarring, and it like wouldn't shift or anything, and it went into some limp mode, and I was like, oh god, what happened to my car? after a bunch of like Googling, because I don't know, I'm like a broke ass college kid at this time. Turns out it's like the transmission control module or something. It's like an electronic issue. And I got a quote from a local shop, and they were $1,400 for the part, and the labor was like, I think also $1,000. All I remember is it ended up being like, it was like $2,000, and I do not have this kind of money. Like, that is like an entire summer's work for me, and I'm like, no way in hell am I gonna pay that. So I go online, I Google things, I found this dude on eBay who sells transmission control modules, the part alone, for $450, and if you ship him back your old one, he gives you a $150 credit. You know, probably because he refurbishes them. There's probably, you know, he's probably some guru who knows that when they go out, they probably burn through this one chip, and he just has a bunch of these extra chips and he just solders them on or something like that, right? So the easy part is buying it, but then it's like, okay, well, where's the transmission control module? How do I get to it? How do I unplug it? Ends up, you know, I go on YouTube, I find a tutorial video, I follow it. One Saturday morning later, in like no time at all, I use my dad's tools and I fix it. Didn't think I would ever get super big into cars, but that experience was like a gateway drug into fixing things, which of course is an excellent skill to have. Because if you live your life always buying when something breaks, you are going to be a miserable paycheck by paycheck person, or you're just going to have to like live with things being broken, which kind of sucks. I don't know. So fixing things, it's a valuable skill. But I also don't want to be like, if you don't fix something, then there's something wrong with you, because our time is valuable. And I totally understand if there are other things you would much rather spend your time doing. That is totally fine. Yeah, good GPX clones. Yeah, there's tons, dude. It's spelled Ewiaden. I don't know. People can help you out in chat. Ewiaden S7, ATK A9, Mchos A7. There's so friggin' many. Incot G23, G23 V2. Rapu VT2. I'm looking around to see if I have others off the top of my head. Yeah. I don't know. If you want a direct clone, ATK A9 and Mchos A7 are kind of the two go-tos for most people. They're like direct one-to-one clones, but they'll be lighter weight. And if you get some of the newer ATK stuff nowadays with Nordic 54 series MCU, you're going to get better battery life than Logitech, which that used to be like the one thing that Logitech had on everyone else because of their Hero sensor was so efficient. But now that the Nordic 54 series MCUs are out, it's like, no. RIP Logitech, who needs you? Get a V6 instead. Cyrox is amazing. Cyrox is a Lamzu like sub-brand? I don't know, but then I saw somebody say that's misinformation, and Lamzu was started by, or Cyrox was started by the Maya designer who left the company, but then you check the FCC listings for Cyrox stuff, and it's all signed by like the Lamzu CEO, so I don't know. Should I try to get him on the Maya designer on the podcast and hear his side? Lamzu exposed, Mousecast exclusive. I'm really glad you guys are in chat helping him out, because I am not at all keeping up with chat. I really need to get a text-to-speech bot so that if you guys want to ask me a question directly, I just hear it. I would love to just have, but then I'm scared it'll get spammed. I don't know. Then I just start banning people. I'll just start moderating the regular viewers. And then I'll let you guys just... It just sucks because it's like a balancing act of I want to sit here and be productive. Because I have so many mice I need to get through still. But I also want to engage with you guys. Do you know what encoder the Cyrox V8 uses? TTC Gold? I don't know. Google search disassembly. Oh! Tech Power Up has reviews of the V6 and V8. Page 3. Page 2 is his disassembly. Yeah. Go give Tech Power Up a click. P-Zogle's a goat. He's a literal goat. Has rectangular pupils. I wonder if the whole goat colloquialism is gonna be like really cringy in years. Like, is it gonna be a hallmark of millennial or Gen Z speak, and all the Gen Alphas and whatever comes after Gen Alpha? Do we start calling them Gen Beta? They're all gonna be cringing at it, being like, "Oh wow, you talk like that, really?" I remember my mom saying a piece of slang that actually was really helpful was the phrase "all that." Like, oh, she thinks she's all that. Because my mom growing up was like, she's like, we didn't have that phrase. That didn't become a phrase till like the 90s. I mean, you could say somebody's like full of themselves, but all that kind of has a more casual undertone to it. I don't know. Then. Sorry, you guys are talking and chat with each other. I don't know if I need to be answering any questions here. I had custom skates for my GPX, but yeah, their weight is kind of important. Longevity is a big part. Don't want it breaking in 2 months. Yeah, I mean, one thing is like warranty services, you're going to get better support from Logitech than you are from ATK, most likely. I don't know. I've never warrantied an ATK mouse. I've never warrantied a mouse. I think I actually have. But, I mean, I can just fix it myself usually much faster. But that is one thing to maybe consider. Warranties matter for a lot of people. Need to learn to solder a new one. Yeah, the thing is, soldering an encoder is a little bit challenging. If you're going to learn to solder, do not start with an encoder. You're going to have a rough time. Start with switches. And you can always go to like a thrift store and get a cheap mouse that you don't care about. Or if you have an old mouse laying around. But if you're going to solder for the first time a mouse, like you've never done a keyboard or anything, yeah, watch lots of tutorials on YouTube. Make sure you buy the right stuff, the right equipment, and don't do it on something that is that you care a lot about. It's pretty easy to toast a pad. Alright, sorry, Windows sounds are me, guys. Just checking if the clicks will work. What? Can you turn on, please, mouse? Sorry, all these Windows sounds are me. I'm terribly sorry about that. Okay, I need a mouse that's actually plugged in. That would help. Alright, we're going to plug in a DarmoShark X6. Decent shape here. It's like a elongated Sora V2. Okay. My click's no worky. Why my click's no worky? Flashing green. Sorry about all the frickin'... I guess this USB-C is like not very good. Okay, we're gonna try it this way. Try it wirelessly then. Plug that in. Batteries in. Power button is underneath the skate. Nice. I'm so smart. I'm grateful for optical encoders and new mice like the VT0 Air and ROM V4. Oh yeah, I gotta just assemble the ROM V4. I forgot that's used as an optical encoder. Death Adder V4. I wonder if that's... Why did ROM call it the Leviathan V4? Is it because it's a... Is it because it's supposed to compete with like the Viper and they're trying to make it one better than the Viper V3? I do recall scroll wheel problems in a few months. I don't know what mouse that is. I mean, encoders are wildly inconsistent. It's unfortunate. I only like 10 old mice like G100S and old Zowies, so I can learn. Okay, good. There you go. Okay, left mouse is working. Right mouse is working. Yay. Cool. Took a minute, but we got there. No doggy in here right now. 11:22. I'll probably take a break from the stream for a little bit to eat lunch at like 12. So in like 38 minutes. Ouch. That was sharp. I ordered an SK and Yingluang mouse for €37. I hope it's a shape like the OP one. Yeah, it's literally a Lamoki G. I mean, MeSweeX, you can check that out. That's on Elo Shapes. You can literally just go check it out on Elo Shapes. It's the same mold as a... Yeah, that was sharp. It like cut me. Blood. Wait, am I not supposed to show blood on stream? It's the same mold as the Lamoki G2? G1? G2? Which I thought was like a damn near... It's funny, the OP1 clones are like not very well known. Like what OP1 clones are out there? By the way, Tarnished, I did see you join the chat. Hello, I'm sorry. You asked something earlier. I should probably scroll back up. Now, I know that WL mouse comes with different switch options, mechanical and optical. I was wondering, do they have different switches and different PCB, or they just work on both? They work on both. So that's actually what I'm doing. So let me show you here. It's a good question, but let's educate somebody. Well, I have this, like, I just got to take out 2 screws to show, so it's worth it. Yes, the answer is yes. This is how WL mouse does their PCBs. This is a deluxe, but it's the same thing. So opticals use a 5-pin configuration. There we go. So there's going to be your common pin right here. Then there's your second pin, your normally open pin. And then this third pin back here that doesn't have any silver around it, just looks like a bare hole. That's your normally closed pin. Yeah. So then these 4 extra side pins here in a little square, those are the optical pins. So on a mechanical switch, you'll use 1, 2, sometimes 3. On an optical switch, you'll use 1, and then these here for the transmitter and receiver. These 4 here. So what Deluxe does is they just have holes for all of them. Now what can change is there are some mice PCBs. Like I know a lot of the newer MCHO stuff that use Omron 100 millions, they'll have this configuration. So you're like, oh, it has the pins, the pin holes for both 5-pin optical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and for 3-pin mechanicals, 1, 2, 3. The problem is, it depends on what the firmware is programmed to read. So these pins here for the optical, there's a transmitter and receiver. It's an LED. It's like, this is what they look like. I don't know which one's which. But that's the transmitter and receiver right there. Can you focus, please? There we go. And so those are LEDs. So, well, or at least the transmitter, I assume, is an LED. So that needs power. So imagine if you're making the firmware for a mouse and maybe you have a PCB that has all these holes, but you're going to be putting in mechanical switches. You're not going to have the controller send power to these pins. Why would you? So sometimes just because it has the pins, it doesn't mean it's compatible. WL mouse, they are. I have tested it. I think it's in my doc, in my spreadsheet. You can, if you have a TTC Nihil mechanical, which the TTC Nihils aren't that great. They're just like a TTC dust proof. You can solder in an Omron optical, a 5-pin, and it will work in the 5-pin arrangement. But I cheat, and I just solder in my Omron opticals as mechanicals, like I'm doing here on this Deluxe, because I'm a big boy. That's actually terrible justification. I do it because I'm a lazy boy, not a big boy. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. Whoa, that's a small PCB. On the Deluxe M700? That's not that small. The Deluxe M900 Mini is pretty impressive. That has high modding potential, especially with how cheap it is. Bro, with AliExpress right now, it's freaking like, it's like $20, which is insane. An Ergo mouse with a good coating, like 40 gram weight, really small PCB, $33.95. M900 Mini needs more love. Deluxe stuff in general is like definitely fine. I don't know. MCHO's just refused to solder some same stuff to power the receiver and transmitter. Yeah. I mean, remember, from their perspective, it's additional cost. Even if it's, you know, 1 penny per PCB, it still adds up to, yeah, like, why do it? Off. Okay, there we go. Mike, good to see you. Key Crown Limo G2, yep. One of my Omron opticals is having double clicking issues in my LA1. Debating on trying another switch. Yeah, just try another. Rip it out and start over. Should I put a different color scroll wheel in this? Nah, it's already a blue mouse. It doesn't need more color. Am I done with this? I feel like this mouse took me a while. I was chatting a lot. Another question I'm confused about. What is the black square plunger for middle mouse button? Can be seen on some mouse. I've seen on Cyrex on the mice. Yeah, it's just an option. Like, it's just another type of switch. Like, I've got a whole bunch. Here's silent ones. So like the office friendly, super quiet switches. That's these. They come in like different heights. I have some over here. These I actually really like. These are out of old Microsoft. Wow, focus, dude. Holy smokes. These are out of like old Microsoft mice, like office mice. They actually feel quite nice. Yeah, I have more, just not pictured here. I don't know. What's your question about them? They're just a switch. Remember, a switch is nothing fancy. A switch is literally just a switch. It's an electrical contact, like when you turn on the light switch. That's all it is. It's just that the micro switches, the 3-pin are that third pin is just allows you to do some extra stuff. I think for helping with debounce and like click latency and stuff, like in the GX speed mode. It's not really totally necessary. Look at that! I almost pinched the ribbon cable in there. Out of here. This ribbon cable's trying to kill itself. There we go. Oh, Deluxe M700. Feels nice. Omron opticals in it feel nice. Which ones do you like, yellow or red? Of the silent switches? None of them. They all feel like crap. Okay, that screw is not going in. Where's Nova? Did she choose a new spot? Yeah, I don't know. My wife's home, so she might be hanging out with my wife right now. I'm not going to call her up. I'm not going to get the shot caller out. Sorry, guys. I'll let her live her life for now. Bro, I have a headache right now. Ugh. Oh, I hear someone coming up the steps. Is it Nova? Who knows? She should watch the birds. I got a bunch of birds in my front yard right now. I could call her over and have her look at the birds. A little bit cooler out today. Yesterday it was really nice. It got up to like 62 Fahrenheit. Bruh. My ink is probably like, where my ink is in India, it's probably like friggin' 70 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Don't ask me what that is in Celsius. Actually, isn't 70 Fahrenheit divided by 1.8 plus 32? I don't frickin' know. It's gonna be like 28 degrees. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Fahrenheit's one of those units that I don't mind, like, having grown up with it, but I do definitely agree that it's, like, objectively dumb. 78 is coffee temp. Yeah, 78 gonna burn you. Do you prefer optical or mechanical shot collars? Thank you, Bulk. Or it's funny to have some people with a sense of humor in chat. There is a dog in our neighborhood and on our street that it has one of those invisible fences, but homeboy just like I was walking Nova, and homeboy just like waltzed right through his invisible fence to come sniff Nova. And I was actually a little bit worried because Nova, I don't know, I don't think we need to expose her to more dogs. She doesn't really know what to do with other dogs. She doesn't know if she needs to be afraid or if she wants to play with them. We've only done a couple play dates with other dogs with her. But yeah, when this dog came up to her, he was all chill. He was like wanting to sniff her and stuff, but Nova was barking like mad. And, you know, it's like they're animals. There's a little bit of unpredictability. I don't want Nova to bite the other dog and get sued for that, and vice versa. I don't want the other dog to, like, bite her. Oh, man, dogs are so dumb. I love them. But they're dumb. Why can't you guys just, like, sniff each other's butts and be good? You know what? I wonder if I should have button modded it. It feels my... Gosh dang it, I'm gonna do it. What time is it? 11:35. Okay, we'll try to do one more mouse after this here too. I don't know which one I'll do. But... my switches... I think I fulcrum bent this too aggressively. Where were we? 28.5 degrees Celsius is cool. 17 here right now. What's 17? If I had Alexa on me right now, I would ask her. Well, I could do times 2 is 32. Minus 10% of that is like 29, and then plus 32, so that's like 61 Fahrenheit. Wait. 30, oh wait, sorry, 34, I'm stupid, Celsius gain. 62, yeah, okay, my math was right. Yeah, because the formula is 1.8 plus 32. Yeah, so 17 times 2 is 34. Oh yeah. Yeah, I need to fulcrum mod that a little bit back. And then this minus 10% of 34 is, let's say, 31. And then plus 32. So 62, 63 degrees. Oh, I also forgot to put in the 2 extra screws. Okay, interesting. I would have had extra screws. I mean, that's fine. As long as the PCB is held down by 2 screws, I think that's generally good. Sometimes on mice that have like really heavy, big, bulky screws, I will actually reduce the number of screws used. But at the same time, it's like if the screw holes are really far away from the sensor, and this is going to lead to the sensor not being like perfectly flush with the pad or something, I don't know. It's not worth introducing some sort of like issue potentially just to like save. Screws can be really heavy or really light. The GPX Superlight uses an insane number of screws. They like way over engineered that. I don't know, a lot of mice are switching to a quote unquote keel structure where they'll have like a skeleton on the inside. Yeah, this needs a little bit more bending. I filled all 4 math subs, please no bully. Oh, I can't wait to eat more ramen noodles, guys. Were you guys in the stream yesterday where I was so excited for ramen noodles for dinner? While I'm having ramen noodles for lunch. I gotta decide which flavor I want to do. I got all these new flavors to try. Yeah, that feels pretty good. We'll go there. Celsius gang. Yeah, Bulk, where are you from? I remember Mr. LKL, which I haven't seen him in a few streams. He is in Estonia. I need to look up something that Estonians are known for, so I can stereotype him. Which again, I thought it was like heavy weightlifting. Australia, bro, Bulk, what are you doing? What time is it for you? Aren't you guys like? So I'm Eastern Standard Time, and depending on the, are you in like the Perth side of Australia or the side that has all the people? Mr. LKL didn't come back after you couldn't find his country. Wait, didn't I get Estonia? Estonia's the farthest north one. It goes Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. Right? I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, dude, don't you have to go to bed? Don't you have work tomorrow? Well, it might be today. Wait a second. What's the time zone difference? Isn't Australia's like a funky, they have like a half-hour time zone difference compared to a lot of the other, the GMT time or whatever, the global time. I actually do think I got Estonia. I think I got Estonia right both times, but I think I switched Latvia and Lithuania one of the times. And then, who was the one telling me? Was it you, Mike? Who was telling me to do Africa? Then I did Africa, and I got like 2 of them. I got like Egypt, South Africa, and I spammed Rwanda until I got it, and it was, Rwanda's tiny, dude. I knew it was like kind of southeastern, but I didn't know where. I think I got Djibouti and Somalia too. Oh, that feels good. That's better tensioning. Oh, damn, son, that feels really good. Yeah, so sometimes it's interesting. On some mice, I fulcrum mod them to be a little bit lighter, and sometimes I like them a little bit heavier. I'm weird. The key is, the problem with going heavier, it's when you start bending the button away from the micro switch, sometimes you create a gap, and that gap then gives this like really crappy pre-travel sensation. This plastic is like really malleable too that Deluxe is using here. It's like really clay-like. Like it really wants to kind of bend into whatever shape you want it to be, which makes me think I'm gonna break it if I keep doing it. GG Latvia. Dang, most audience is non-USA. I know, that's just crazy. And you guys all like understand my English and my I don't speak the most eloquently either. I use slang. I saw a thing on Reddit the other day that was like, it was this girl talking to her TikTok ass webcam, and she was like, okay, she had a British accent. She was like, okay, people who are from America, be honest with me. I'm going to ask you a question I want to answer 100% truthfully. When you were a little kid growing up, did you ever dream about growing up instead of in America, but instead growing up in the UK? And she goes on to say, because it's a very common thing that here in the UK, growing up, like when you're a little kid and you don't really know any better, you see a lot of American TV and media and stuff, and so you think as a little kid, man, I wish I could grow up in the USA. And all the comments are just Americans going, LOL, no. Again, nothing against like the UK, but like, I don't know, Americans, we have it freaking easy. We only have to learn one language. Our products and goods are cheap. We're kind of the center of global culture in a lot of ways. I don't want to make it sound like egotistical, like America's better than other places, because it's not. But oh, that's wonderful. I absolutely love that. But I don't know. It's a lot of noise being in the US, but I guess you could say that about being in other countries too. I don't know. The US, it's a lot of noise. You realize that just like so much media, I mean, this is probably universal. So much media today is manufactured attention. It's like the whole reason I don't like Call of Duty. The engagements just feel so manufactured. And it's like the same, it's like how like rage bait is a thing nowadays, you know? They'll do it on purpose. Rage bait is like such a thing. Just be able to they'll do something wrong just so that you watch for the first 3 seconds, and then they'll hit you with whatever their message is. Rage bait's like actually a problem. Oh, shoot. I see you have difficulty in understanding me in chat. My grammar is all over the place. No, not at all. What are you talking about? That's like perfectly fine English. What I don't understand is Tarnished saying 2 closed parentheses. Is that a reference I don't get? Beautiful. Okay. That feels good. No, I don't know if I should do the S&D soldering for the optical at A7RE now. Yeah, I don't know. Mechanical switches are still good. I love my Omron opticals, but there still are very good mechanicals out there. Well, the next mouse I was going to do was going to be this guy, but I might just keep this one stock. The mechanicals in this do feel nice. You know, one thing I was thinking is Razer Viper V3 Hyperspeed, because it uses mechanical switches, you can do the phalanges method to get Omron opticals in this, so then you end up with the Viper V3 with Omron opticals and a very nice far forward sensor position. Yeah, rechargeable battery, by the way, in a Viper V3 Hyperspeed. I made a Reddit post on this. You guys can probably go find it if you search enough. And then I put a magnet attached to the skate. Whoops. Yeah, there you go, magnet on the skate. That's how I hold my dongle. I watched VOD. Did you try Bulldog? My preference is mostly Nongshim. Oh, okay, interesting. No, so Bulldog is what yes, I have tried one Bulldog flavor because it's carried at a local store. But what I got from H Mart which is the Korean grocer, I did not get any Bulldog, except I did get one. But yeah, Bulldog is good. My favorite so far is, I've only had a couple. I had a carbonara from, I forget what brand. The noodles were flat noodles and they were okay. The sauce and seasoning were so good. And then my favorite noodle, again, I've only had 3 so far. Bulldog, this carbonara, and then the third one was a Hawaiian one. It had a Hawaiian crap on it, like hula ramen or something. I forget the brand. It was just like a pretty simple beef flavor. It was good. The best part though were the noodles. The noodles were really, really good. It could be specific for Russian chatting style. It means basically smiling emoji, but I would have never thought so. Oh, yeah, see, smiling emoji. Yeah, I mean, the closed parenthesis is a smile, but where's the eyes? Or is it like a cultural thing where you only show the smile? Huh, because I've seen that before, Tarnished. Just missing eyes. Like, yeah, in American culture, it's the emoticon is colon close parenthesis. Sounds like my wife is down there eating lunch, so I actually think I'm gonna go join her. I'm gonna clean up here. I think I'll, if I can, I might live stream more today, but I think I'm gonna call it here. Is there anything you guys want me to? Actually, wait a second. I shouldn't tell you guys what you want me to mod. I gotta tell you what I'm gonna mod because I got stuff to still clean up. Let me take a look at what I might mod later today. Hang on. Let me pivot the camera over to look at me, I guess. So here are all the mice that I sanded the bases on and I still need to reassemble. Glorious Series 1. Glorious Model O Pro is here. Series 1 Pro. Oh, yeah. I should do the Aula SC800. This thing's got to be insanely light. Yep, so I'll do an Aula SC800. That'll be nice and lightweight. Soldering iron still on? No, it's off. Okay, good. Put this away. I need to get my glorious stuff here. Glorious. Yeah, and I might have to do the... Yeah, I sanded the base on the Vidar, so this is... I probably should... Yeah, I probably should polish this up so it's smoother. It's so hard to grip. This glorious finish. My brain just thinks mech isn't good enough now for what I consider a premium mouse. Yeah, I mean, yeah, debounce times, I don't know. I don't know, but like the GX speed mode that is on like KL GX and stuff, those are actually pretty good. I do like them in the Endgame Gear XM2W. They feel very nice. Yeah, I got still a ton of mice to get through. Wise Owl Cloud. Deluxe M800. Ultra. Oh man, yeah, I got a lot to get through. Infic INX. Really underrated mouse. Nobody really knows about it. And I got so much to do. Okay, well, I got a bit of a headache, so I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go spend some time with the wife, and maybe I'll hop back on the stream later. Maybe you guys would see more of Nova. Right now, she's hanging out downstairs. You haven't done Amazon affiliate? No, I haven't. I really should. When am I going to stream? I don't know. We'll see. It could be as early as maybe I'll just eat some lunch and then I'll come back. Yeah, I'll eat some lunch, then I'll come back. I'll just check and make sure that the wife doesn't want me to get anything done today, in the next little bit. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to game today. I would love to play more Crab Champions, but my gaming buddy, he plays Ultimate Frisbee on Sunday nights, so we don't really play on Sunday nights anymore, but we'll be playing tomorrow. I might live stream that. I don't know. People don't really watch Crab Champions. It's not really, like, very watchable. Like this, I think some people even just, I think, put this on in the background. I don't know. There's 10 people watching, but there's only, 5 people active in chat. So that makes me think, like, the other 5 people listen passively because we're just talking about mice. Maybe they're aim training. Maybe they're playing games of their own. But, like, me playing Crab Champions, if you listen to that while you're playing your own game, that's just irritating. So, yeah. Okay, well, when I come back, I'm going to do some of these mice. I forgot that freaking Aula SC800 is, like, actually not a bad shape. And it uses Omron 50 million loose, which is interesting. Yeah. Okay. I'm cleaning my room. LOL, dude, right on my ink. Okay. Well, hey, thank you guys for hanging out. I'll be back later today. Join the Discord if you want a notification ping there, or bell icon on YouTube, or, well, you guys know how to get your notifications. Probably how you guys already get them. Bye, everyone. Thank you for chatting.